Alright, how's it going? King of the Zeds here. Welcome to this Horde base test video. Today I'm going to be showing you an update on my shooting gallery base design, where I've made a few modifications and just added a couple of little extra obstacles to try to make this base as hands-off as possible for as long as possible. So with that said, let's get into the build. Okay, we'll start off just by placing a few blocks on the ground to get a little bit of a raised platform in place before we add anything else to it. So that's what, 6, 7, 8. Let's go with 10 long. Now we can add some blocks going up from this end, and we're going to put them on the back edge. Here I'm going to add some stairs to this corner and then fill in like so. And then at this end we can build up 2 wide. So we need to have at least 3 blocks of clearance between the floor and the next level. So that's 1, 2, 3. So this is our next floor level. So let's come across now. Okay, looking good. Next we can go up another few blocks here. So that's 3. And now this is going to be the level of our next floor. So let's now bring this side up as well. Again, leaving a space. There's a few different ways to do this, but we'll keep it like this and then leave the space on that corner. Okay, so that is the basic structure. Now what we need to do is add a few ladders so that the zombies can get up to each level. So let's do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we can go all the way up. Well, at least go above the level of the floor, because then they can jump off and come across this way. And now here we can go 1, 2, 3, 4. They can probably jump from here up to that block, but let's give them another couple of ladders just for good measure, and just so that it doesn't look stupid, let's finish that off with a couple of blocks there. Okay, looking good so far. Next, we need to add some bars, because there's nothing at the moment stopping the zombies from just jumping up on this single block. Now we're not going to do the other side just yet, because first we need to place our blade traps. So the first one, just as a bit of a guide, can go here, and we're going to go like this. So from here we can add another blade trap on the inside there, like that. We can add another one here. We can stick another couple of blocks up this way, and we can go blade trap, blade trap, blade trap. So we've got 5 on the bottom level. Okay, from here let's fill in the bits that we don't need to have any gaps in. So these blocks here can go, and well, that's about it for this side. Now at this point we can kind of build like a protective cage around the outside here to prevent zombies from trying to go up this way. But I suppose the question is, even if they do that, is it really a problem? Because they're going to be walking through the blade traps, which is exactly what we want them to do anyway. But what we can do actually is, before we decide whether we're going to sort of build a cage around here to prevent the zombies just jumping straight up, we can get these all hooked up and just test it with a few zombies to see how they path, because they might see these traps here, these blade traps, and decide they don't want to mess and just go around this way anyway. So what we're going to do for the generator is have it kind of on the side here, and then, yeah, at the moment it's going to be a bit exposed, but then we'll fill it in and protect it a little bit in just a moment. I'll show you how to do that. So let's grab these, stick them in there, refuel. Let's connect this all up. Okay, so they are on. Let's stand up here, turn off fly mode, and let's spawn in a few zombies and see where they go. Alright, Arlene. Okay, so these guys are all coming the correct way. We should hear them getting chopped up. Alright, that's good. So let's see if they do the same thing from over this side. Have a little selection this time. Okay, what are they going to do? Oh, bollocks. Okay. Yeah, okay, so they don't want to mess with these traps. They are going to go around the way we want them to go. Yeah, there we go. Alright. It was a good test. So if you want to get a bit more fancy with your design, you can you know, cage this all in or something, but I think we've just shown that you don't actually need to. So let's turn this off and get the rest of the base built. Yeah, basically we're just going to repeat this bottom floor, yeah, of this bottom level. We're going to repeat it up here. Let's just check that that's actually going to power up. Okay, so it's using 201 watts, so that's fine. We've got another 100 to spare, which we will be utilising in a moment. Okay, right. There we go. It's looking pretty good. Now, in my previous similar design, which I called the shooting gallery, I had a whole other platform over here, like a multi-level platform that you can stand on and shoot the zombies as they're doing this kind of Donkey Kong roulette kind of style thing, you know, going up and round this little contraption. However, you don't necessarily need that whole thing, and in fact I'm actually going to try out something which I've tested in different scenarios, but I think it would actually be really good and make this not quite, but almost, potentially, an AFK base. Essentially, we need to have some kind of structure over this side, and we're going to connect it via these, where are they? Pillar, middle, 0.025 meters. We'll rotate like that. So we're going to have 3 or 4 of those going this way. Now we're going to build a structure just over this side to connect that to. Now, I've never actually done this myself, but I think it might help with one of the issues that I came across when I did test something similar. So what we're going to do is try a bit of a floating situation. So let's place, say, 4 of these plates on the ground and then rotate them so that they're also then this way, so it's kind of a floating platform. And then we're going to build with regular blocks up. Okay, so that's good. Now I think that looks like 3 blocks in between. Stick that there. And now what I'm going to do is stick a vault door in the gap. And the reason for this is that when we're standing here, if we open the door, if we're getting overwhelmed for any reason, we can just open that and it's going to break the pathing for the zombies. They're not going to see this as a way to get to us. So this isn't finished yet though. Let's now add the next element of defense. So let's change this block shape for, now what is it, a security gate. But yeah, what we're going to do is add this here and then Okay, there's 4. That is looking pretty good so far. I think just for security, I might go and just sort of repeat this this situation and just stretch it out a bit and make it a bit longer than this than this 4x4 or 2x2 block. Right, the final thing for this side is going to be to just give ourselves a bit of protection from spitters and birds. So let's just build out like a bit of a wall around ourselves here. Something that might also be a good idea is if we get some bars, then we can place them out this way. Just add a little bit of a platform for ourselves, just in case there's any arseholes that we can't get to down here. Maybe, you know, it gives us a bit of an angle to chuck some Molotovs down or pipe bombs and all that stuff. Okay, so now let's add a bit of bird protection. You get the idea. And now this is going to be gravy, really. You can choose to use this or not, but let's go full overkill and get some SMG turrets. SMG turrets. So we'll only use a couple. Let's go like this. You know what? We could also sort of build some protection in here for the turrets, but I'm not going to bother. Let's put this one here. And oh, do you know what? We do want to build some kind of bit of a barrier in like this so that the turret only targets the zombies in that line there. So the idea is the zombies are going to come along here and it's going to shoot them in the back. So what we need to do this side is actually just build a little wall here now to prevent that from, this turret here. We don't want this shooting out into the open. That should be fine. I mean, this this ain't pretty, but it's going to work. So, what's the situation? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Lock ammo. 1, 2, 3, lock ammo. Right, that is looking pretty good. Right, now finally, one last little bit of protection for the thingo here. Put maybe a plate above, just to give the door something to attach to. So 1 above, 1 below. Now, there we have it all enclosed. So we can come in here, open the door, turn it on. And look at that. What a work of art. Alrighty, should we test some pathing? Probably be a good idea, wouldn't it? Okay, let's come out of fly mode and let's bring some zombies in. Let's go 25 feral bows. And look at that. They're not even going to make it to the second ladder. Awesome. Alright, so should we test it with a Horde? I think that's probably only good and proper. And as we can see, the ones that do even make it to the top, if they're not getting shot, they're just falling off of this pole. But that pole is enough for them to see this as a path to us. Now obviously these blade traps are not going to last all night. I think a few of them are already dead, as we can see, but they are doing the bulk of the work for us, and even when they do eventually cark it, we can just stand here and shoot any of the zombies that do eventually somehow make it over this little structure here. Now, a quick word on why I wanted the turrets to actually shoot the zombies in the back, and that is that these demolishers, they have the button on the front of their chests, so you know, I really don't want them getting hit by a turret. Okay, the turrets are getting a bit more busy now because, as we can see, all the blade traps are down. Yeah, in case you're wondering, I am in God mode. That's why I'm not taking any damage. We're getting a lot of cops. Let's take those guys out. That's where we can concentrate our fire, I suppose. Because nobody else is really even making it to us. Oh, there we go, we got our first winner. Yeah, so I'm in God mode. I'm not taking damage because I really just wanted to see how the zombies played out, and if I accidentally died, then yeah, it would just be a bit of a pain in the ass for the experiment, to be honest. Sounds like the bullets are empty on the turrets, but yeah, just because I'm moving the camera around and all that kind of thing, I figured I'll give myself the luxury of God mode. Alright, do you know what? Let's use some of these pipe bombs. Oh fuck. What's going on here? Okay, so they can get over eventually. That should be pretty manageable numbers, to be honest. Okay, so I thought maybe we didn't need the protection from the spit in the front of this thing here, but I guess that would be a good addition because I'm getting hammered here, and yeah, it probably wouldn't be pretty if I wasn't in God mode right now. Do you know what, let me do this. Let's pause for a sec. Let's see, that should give us a bit more protection. Actually, let me just repair this and let the zombies go again. Now, a well-placed punchy turret would be pretty good here, wouldn't it? Do you know what? If you really wanted, you could set up a little hatch situation here and fight them here, if things get a bit overwhelming. Alright, so that's that. I mean, the fact that we've used steel here meant that the base actually withstood 2 demolisher explosions right here. So that's pretty awesome. Let's see what they left us. Not much. But yeah, there we go. Now, depending on your situation and how far you are into the game and how many resources you have, you know, this might be a little bit excessive right off the bat. So what can you do if you need to set up a base and you don't have this crazy amount of resources? That's what I've used here. Well, the answer is in this next video.